Hello everybody and welcome to a different kind of video. Today is gonna be a bit different because I think it's time to address my problems with the current state of YouTube and all of the problems that have been talked about for over and over and over again by multiple YouTubers here and there, from smaller to big ones, and it's a good thing. But I think there's also overreacting, and I don't think YouTube deserves the stick that it's getting from everywhere, because this site has its flaws, obviously, but the things that have been said sometimes, and like all the clickbait titles with YouTube killed my channel, YouTube hates me, YouTube this, YouTube that, I get that people are frustrated, and I will explain why in a second, but it's just overreacting at some points now. So over the course of the last year, about a year, there has been a massive drop in basically everyone's views on every channel, big or small. We're talking PewDiePie until the person that just started their channel yesterday. All along YouTube, it's been torn down. We saw like massive spikes down for everybody, for everywhere. It's concerning, of course it is, because that means something isn't right. And as a creator, as a creative person, you start looking at yourself. I know I did, because I had the same problem, and I have the same problem. But for me, it means that instead of like a couple of dozen views, I get like 10 to 20 views. But for bigger channels, it means getting a couple of million or maybe a couple 100,000 views. Now, I'm not making a living out of this. I sometimes earn a little bit so I can, like, I don't know, pay for food or pay for clothing or pay for those kind of things. But there are people genuinely making a living, and something that I've seen as well is, oh well, now PewDiePie is gonna earn 13 million instead of 14. That's not the point. The point is that because of a certain flaw in a website, which we'll come to in a second, people are earning less money than they probably should. It doesn't matter if that leaves you with $10 instead of 20, or with 14 million instead of 15. That difference, there's no difference there. I mean, obviously in numbers there's a difference, but there's no difference in the way you look at it. What I think, like, YouTube is, that's one thing that I do have to say to YouTube, but they're not transparent whatsoever about the updates that they do and the problems that they face and how they fix it, or if they fix it at all. They don't come out with statements enough to say, we've seen this, we acknowledge it, we did this and this to fix it. They don't have to go into details about like algorithms and all that stuff, because if they did that, people will manipulate it, because that's the time that we live in as well. People using clickbait and boobs on thumbnails and whatever they can do to just generate more views and more money, basically. So in a time and a place where people will abuse if you give too much information about your algorithm, I understand that they're not too open about this, but it would be fair if they said at least something about the problems that we're facing, because it's a big deal. Now again, what I think happened is they changed the algorithm, which they do all the time, so there's nothing weird about that, especially not with a big site as YouTube. You have to change up your algorithm every once in a while just to give other people a chance, and that's a good thing, because it means that if you keep it the same all the time, people will, even though you won't say it, they will figure it out, and they'll manipulate it to a way where there's a couple of big channels who will get all the views, and the smaller channels will just drown out in those like homepage suggested videos, which isn't a good thing, because YouTube is a platform for everybody, including the people who are just watching and the people who are creating things, whether they're big or small. This page and this whole system and network is for everybody, and everybody should be able to enjoy it equally. So, but they changed the algorithm, but what they did this time, and what I think is harming most people, are two things. One, there's the famous unsubscribing glitch, which will lead you to click on a video of one of the people you're subscribed to then have see that underneath the video there's always, like, on the left bottom, there's this button with subscribe, or if you already search, it says unsubscribe. It switches around, so you are subscribed, you click on a video, but all of a sudden it says subscribe, which will mean that you weren't subscribed anymore. People will click that button, but it's just a glitch in the system. What they've actually just done, they thought they resubscribed because for some reason they were unsubscribed, but they just manually unsubscribed because the button it says the wrong thing, quite literally. But something that has affected views, what we're talking about now even more, is the fact that they've changed the layout of the homepage. Back in the day, when you started up YouTube, when you went to the app on your mobile phone or your tablet, or just on the PC, or even on your smart TV or whatever, the first thing you would see is a list of all the videos uploaded by the channels you are subscribed to, the people that you normally would have the most interested on this website. What YouTube have done is they've pushed that away, and they've got a recommended box, right? The first thing you see. And if you want to see the videos from people that you're subscribed to, you're gonna have to specifically click on that subscription box, and that's a big issue, and it's very wrong, and I'm gonna explain why. What the recommended box means is basically if you say yesterday you had to find out something for school, or you had to find out how to cook something or whatever. You were gonna watch a couple of tutorials, a couple of videos, you know, you just have watched a couple of videos with a certain theme, whether it be food or whether it be games or whether it be anything, and YouTube reads that. They read that. They're like, okay, this person watched a whole lot of cooking videos, for example, so we are gonna recommend some more cooking videos to him. But in the meantime, you might be subscribed to me or PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye or whatever and interested in gaming videos, but you just needed that for like one moment. What YouTube does is it pushes the gaming stuff away a little bit because it sees, okay, he's more interested in cooking now, or that's what it thinks. So you recommend the channels, instead of getting the new Jacksepticeye videos and the Markiplier videos and whatever in there, they're getting more cooking videos, and you miss out on new uploads because there's no subscription box anymore on your homepage. I myself am subscribed to people like Rob Dyke and Matthew Santoro, and if I wouldn't go to my subscription box once in a while, I would never see the video. I mean, a couple of days ago I was thinking, why hasn't Rob Dyke uploaded anything in like 3 weeks? But he did. I just didn't see it because the site literally didn't tell me. They do have this new feature with this little bell right there. If you click it, you get notifications of all your favorite YouTubers. So if you don't want to miss out anymore, that's something that you could and probably should do. This has a bigger effect than anyone thinks, because it basically means that you just miss out on your favorite creator. And now obviously there are a lot of people, especially with the big channels like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, who just automatically go to their channel. That's what they do on YouTube. They live for that. They're like a fandom, and they go to their channel every time at the time they upload because they know and they're ready. But people who casually watch YouTube, which is a big group, don't ever underestimate it. It's a bigger group than the actual fandoms and subscribe people. There's a really big group who casually watches YouTube and just goes from gaming video to gaming video, or who just watches your videos every now and then when they recommend it to them. When it doesn't happen enough or anymore, they literally forget about you. And they forget, and then maybe in like 2 months time, they're like, hey, this has been a while, and they've just missed like a whole bunch of videos because they just simply weren't told. A lot of creators, including me, thought it was us. We thought we did something wrong, and we tried craving for, what am I doing wrong? What could I do better? What is it that people don't like? I've asked it on Twitter, I've asked it on social media, I've asked myself, I asked my parents, I asked my brothers. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I may not be perfect. Things may have changed, and maybe you don't like it anymore, or people who don't watch it anymore don't like it anymore. That's fine. But it's not just me. It's the system has literally made people forget about me. And that's where a really big part of this problem lies. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and shout at YouTube and tell them, YouTube, you should, because I'm not in charge, and I have no right to say that they're doing it wrong or right. But for me right now, and I think for a whole lot of other creators, because there's been so many other videos, it has a really negative effect on our views. The first thing you should see when you get on the homepage of YouTube is, boom, your subscriptions. Just your subscriptions, no recommendations, no singular channels, just boom, a box with the most recent uploads of your subscriptions. That's just my view on it. That's what I've noticed, and that's what I wanted to say. Let me just be very clear. I didn't make this video because it's a hot topic. I didn't make this video because I thought it would generate me more views, and it probably won't. I didn't make this video to cause drama, or start an outrage, or to get a pitchfork and a fucking torch and go to YouTube HQ and storm the door, or anything silly like that. I just want to address and get my thoughts out there. Like, I know that YouTube might not watch all videos about the subject anymore, and I can really understand that, because literally everyone makes a video on it, and I'm one of them right now, and I apologize if I'm not original with that. But while there are a lot of people trying to profit from the situation while getting clickbait and getting views and, oh, YouTube killed my channel and that bullshit, I just want to get my thoughts out. I just want to let you know what I think is the problem, and what I'm pretty sure is the problem, and what's affecting me. And if someone at YouTube would see that, I hope you can understand that I'm saying this in a respectful way. I'm saying it in a respectful way because your website is amazing, and you have made decisions that are negative to some people. We didn't like the Google+, most people didn't. And there are certain things and certain flaws which you're gonna get with a website with as huge proportions as YouTube has. But this is one that's really affecting people who are actually losing jobs over this, because just imagine someone who was making, let's say, $1,500 a month of YouTube, and he could just about live with that. He's gonna go back, gonna go down a couple $100 maybe, and it's gonna cost him his job. He's gonna have to do this part-time and go and get another job to pay the bills, because literally people don't get to see his videos anymore. And that's a big problem. The example I just got with PewDiePie, even if he lost like 1 million of his income, like very, very dramatic, he could still really live from that. Would have no problem living from that. But it's not about that. It's about the fact that he deserves, and everyone else deserves, to get those views, because if those people would have seen your video and the subscription box would have showed that you just uploaded a new episode on whatever show you're doing, they would watch it. And now they don't, because they simply don't get to see it. And I mean, one view is not going to make the difference, but it happens a lot. You can just, views have like dropped with like half of like 50% at some people. And that's dramatic, especially if you're just on the brink of making YouTube into your career. You get smashed down again, and you basically have to start from a point where you were a year ago, when you were generating a nice amount of views, but you're gonna have to work it up again because you're simply not making enough. YouTube isn't just a company for you, for the creators, for the people who make this. It's a company for you guys, for us. There are so many, millions and millions of people who love this website, and there are thousands and thousands of people who have made their job out of it. There is more at stake now than just your own income, and you have to think about that, because the creators make you money, and it's important, just from a business point of view, because they also provide very important entertainment. They help people out who are in rough situations, and that is overlooked by companies often, because if you just look at it in a business perspective, it's about money. Let's be very honest, that's what it is, because YouTube is a company. But looking at it in a business way, you are losing out big time, because big creators and all the creators together who have now lost like 50% of their views, if you got that back up again with just having the simplest thing, getting the subscription box back on the homepage, and you could have like a subscription box and a recommended box like below it, combine the two. That's fine, but it's just important that people get to see that their favorite channels which they've subscribed to have just uploaded recently. They have to see that. They have to be able to log onto YouTube, and that's the first thing they see, recent uploads of all the people they've subscribed to. That's my opinion, and I hope at some point we can get that back. If you disagree, then please let me know as well. Not by disliking. Disliking isn't cool, but let me know in the comments down below what I didn't get right, or what I totally got wrong. Let me know. I'm curious about your opinion. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe down below. You're not gonna see a lot of this, really. That you might see it on my main channel, which is in the link in the description. But yeah, you're gonna see mostly gaming videos here. Probably just gaming videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time. Bye bye.